Mandem, let's chat. Ethan scored a bang against City.
Mm-hmm.
In the last 4 days, he won Champions League Man of the Match at 17, third youngest in the Champions League history. Do we actually think he is 100 million player?
He's the truth. The truth. Man, you've seen me call it. Ilyas knows, Rin knows, you know. Been saying it from the get-go, from the summer. Last season when he was 15, 2 years ago when he was 15. For this summer, I've been saying, yo, this is the year to integrate.
100 million is massive.
Brother, look at the way he plays. For me, it just doesn't matter. For me, he is. The way the market is now and everything, in my opinion, the boy's 17. And he's arguably one of the best. He's one of the best Arsenal players, bro. At 17, we rely so much on him. Brighton, Girona, these moments, bro. He creates it. It's not the players around him. Today, he was feeding off scraps. Came and turned it back. Arsenal? We don't have a player that can just cut in. He's got that twitchiness.
That
of them tricky, tricky wingers. But then he's got that Robin in him as well, where it's just a cut in, left foot, boom. He's done it. Preston, Girona, Man City. Everyone said big test.
That's a Preston.
You got Preston, man.
Look at it. I'm saying outside the box. I'm saying outside the box, bro. He's got that in his game. He can do everything. I've been calling it, bro. I said, bro, I got laughed at. You saw it. Everyone's laughing at me when I said, yo, this guy.
They didn't see your vision. They didn't see your vision.
Laugh and say, yo, this guy. He's Yamal level talent.
Okay, so you
I said that.
So you think it's 100 million?
Yeah, 1,000%.
Do you think
Are you just going to skim over him saying he's Lamine Yamal level talent?
Yeah.
That's why I skimmed over because I don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
No, that's why.
I stand 10 toes with it, bro. I called it time ago.
Not yet,
I called it
not yet.
in September.
Wait. Just repeat what you said.
He is Lamine Yamal level talent, bro. It's just he was riding the bench. I've got tweets saying the same thing. Got laughed at.
Lamine Yamal level talent.
Yes.
Lamine Yamal level.
Stop. Thank you.
Lamine, the man they're saying is the next coming of Lionel Messi. He has that level of talent.
He's still the same level as Lamine Yamal.
Not now, but he's gonna get there.
But you said
the same age.
Same age.
Yeah, he's gonna get there.
How can you get there as your peer? Come on, it doesn't make sense, bro.
But Yamal is a kid that had opportunities.
What?
If Nwaneri was at Barcelona,
No,
they'll talk the same.
100 million. Is he worth 100 million, Ethan?
No, I don't think he's worth 100 million. I think he could potentially become worth 100 million, but I don't think he will be, mainly because when Saka comes back, we know what's going to happen with Ethan. He's going to go back to riding the bench. He's not going to get the minutes he deserves. I don't think
that's going to be the case because the way he's playing and the way
it is
if
warranted.
he's got another month like this where he's the main man, you're not looking at, obviously you bring Bakaya back into his spot. Arteta will find a place for him to play.
Okay, cool.
You have to.
You have to.
Okay. Argument's sake, Bakaya comes back next month. Where's Ethan playing?
It's up to Arteta.
Personally,
they'll shift him down to the left wing. They'll shift him left wing.
And I think that stunts his growth if he plays on the left wing. Because by trade, he's a number 10. By trade, he's a number 10.
But the thing is,
so already he's getting shifted.
We've not seen it yet.
Yeah,
the way we talk about Bukayo, he started off on the left and he was killing it on the left. Went to the right and he's made that his spot. Even though Bukayo is Bukayo.
Yeah.
We haven't seen that yet with Ethan.
I would love if Ethan came into Saka came back and Ethan goes onto the left and he solves our left wing problems. That would make my day. We don't have to go and spend 100 million on the left winger. We've got our up and coming left winger.
Yeah, we just
For me, if that's the case, but we're gonna find that out after March because I know that's going to be the case. I know they're going to play in the left wing, and as you said, if that tends to work out, and I sold that dream time ago about Isaac coming to Arsenal. But if you, like you said, if you've sold your left wing and right wing, the money that he's already going to buy with the winger, you put that money up front.
I do think when Saka comes back, I think he will get dropped. I just think he will because Saka's Saka.
It will get dropped.
I don't think he'll get played on the left wing. I think potentially he could become £100 million talent in the future. I don't think he's nowhere near it now.
So you think it's nothing to do with ability? It's just more playing time.
Yes, that's how you become £100 million. That's how you become £100 million talent. You have to showcase your talent to be £100 million talent. You can't be £100 million talent off of Preston and last 7 minutes against Man City or Girona game. Like Girona, he wasn't the best on the pitch. Preston, he wasn't the best on the pitch. City, he got 7 minutes. And he came off of scoring against Girona and Arteta said, I'm not going to start you this game. If he was the talent that everyone thinks he is, he would have started today, which is right. But I think Skelly had a great game. I think Skelly will have a longer and more fruitful career at Arsenal than Ethan will have.
Ooh.
That's what I think will happen.
And then if that's the case, then Ethan's looking higher up.
I think
that's how I look at it.
For I'll say Ethan might move out. Because if we got Saka,
Move up. What do you mean move up?
you might need to leave Arsenal.
You think so?
Because look how we're treating Saka right now. And right, how old is Saka? He's still got a lot of
22,
time.
23.
Ethan's young, trying to get through, and you're both competing for the same position. And right now, you're showcasing that you could be a death or starter. And then at one point, you look at yourself, I'm not starting here. But maybe I should look elsewhere to go start somewhere else.
You're right, but then doesn't that put Arteta's position in a bad place? Because if you've got a talent like Nwaneri already there, and you're telling me I can't get the best out of him and Saka on the same pitch, that now there's question marks on the manager. Because realistically, right now, as you said, you don't get rid of Nwaneri.
Why is that question marks on the manager if two players?
Because you're telling me
if your backup isn't as good as the starter, but if he
your
gets rid of the backup,
but your backup has the potential to be what the starter is.
Yeah,
But I agree with that.
Yeah, but like
how's the start?
Saka's point blank proven in every aspect in world football right now that he's the best right winger for Arsenal.
But we're not denying
if you have Ethan come in and then now you're going, oh, I don't know who to have, Saka or Ethan, then that's a sickness.
But then
you know what Saka is.
You know what it's similar to?
What?
Madrid, Rodrigo and Vinny.
Yeah.
We're not gonna play Vinny. So Rodrigo on the left hand side.
But you compensate that you play him on the right.
But how? It's what he said. Play him on the right. It's got nothing to do with Carlo because Carlo can't play Rodrigo.
Yeah, you can't play two left wingers.
But for me, those two are complete different situations. You've got a kid, you've got a guy. It's Real Madrid at the end of the day. That team you've got superstars everywhere, bro. So you've got to cater to it. When you see Arsenal, bro, we've been crying. Obviously, Martinelli and Trossard, they've been well the last couple of weeks. They're not the answer. So now that you've generally have already one answer and potentially another answer, if you're telling me the only place I can play you is where I have my best player playing, then it's on your manager. You've got a coaching team, everything to work on that left hand side because you can't afford to have him ride bench because the way he's the way he's accelerated right now, the amount of game times he's had. I'm not saying obviously he's not proven yet, but the minutes and the moments he has on the pitch, he offers something that none of our attackers or wingers offer, bar Bukayo Saka.
But do you think he will fulfill his potential on the left?
No.
I don't know. That is a question mark. That I don't have the answer.
The only thing is
where he can fulfill his potential now is in that number 10 role because by trade he's a number 10.
No, go on the right.
I can't see him coming into the team, no matter how good he plays from now until Saka's back. Him starting over Saka in the foreseeable future. No matter how good, no matter how good he plays, the best way we can fulfill his potential is if he goes and learns his trade as a number 10. Because out of the two, Saka and Odegaard's the more likely to leave the club or get his position taken. You don't now start playing Ethan ahead of Saka when Saka is the main man for England and Arsenal. You don't say Ethan, there you go, play on the right wing.
The only way your vision works, in my opinion, is if he changes his tactics and he has Ben White constantly overlapping, because then that invites Bukayo to play come inside, and then he's got that middle bit anyway, if that makes sense. So now he has the option to either stay central or drift out wide with Ben White, if that makes sense. But if he plays the same formation that he is now, where, like you said, where you got inverted midfielders. That's not going to work. Yeah. Because we've seen him play. We've seen Nwaneri play in midfield, and you can tell it's like he just doesn't look the right place. And him shift.
We don't forcefully
need time. He needs time to settle there. But for me, he needs to stay there. But he might have to leave. I'll be honest. The game time that you want.
And as mad as
I don't think he forcefully.
And for you as well. For me as well, as mad as it sounds, I wouldn't be surprised. This sounds crazy. I wouldn't be surprised if Arteta goes, you know what? To get the best out of both my wingers, there might be times with Bukayo play on the left.
I don't think.
In my opinion,
I don't think that will happen. I don't think that will happen.
That's like putting Vinny on the right, bro.
Yeah, I don't think that will happen. You don't do that to your star boy.
Yeah,
I don't know, man.
But I think the best way to get Ethan to reach his full potential is next season when everyone's back fit and firing and we're playing 60 games a season. He plays a bulk of the games when Saka's feeling a bit tired or we have the lesser teams like the Wolves and things like that, and you say, okay, Ethan, go play. That's when you get the best potential out of
But low key, you're kind of setting them up because it's not going to be a consistent amount of games. Because you know, as a player, you need a consistent run out of games. Chopping and changing him, one game a month. That's
but us Arsenal fans, I'm not on that side. Yeah. We've been crying for the last 2 years. We need a Saka backup.
Facts,
We need to do the Man City route, buy the best players and have a world-class player backing up everyone. And then now when we have it, you're saying let's not have them switching around. You know what I mean?
The reason why we're saying this is because we know our manager and him rotating and changing players. That's not his specialty, bro.
No, but it could potentially be his specialty in the future. Like, you never know. Now Ethan can become so good where he has to get minutes every game. He has to get a starting game every 2 or 3 games. Do you know what I mean? Saka has a bad 2 spells. Oh, you're out of the team. Now it's Ethan's turn. You have to fight for your position.
I understand where you're coming from, but the magnitude of a player Bukayo Saka is, I genuinely don't, you see it now. Arteta ran Saka to the ground, realistically, bro. And now, like you said, with the luxury of now going, you know what, I'm gonna do a Pep Guardiola and I'm playing Ethan Nwaneri in Champions League games, and then I'll play Bukayo Saka in the Premier League, whatever. I just feel like it's not gonna be the case regarding that situation. Hopefully, obviously, Arteta figures out, but it goes back to what I said earlier. It's a coaching thing. It's not a player thing no more. And that's why I said it can.
If we can coach Ethan to play as a left winger, that's perfect. Like I said earlier in the video, we don't have to go and spend 100 million on Leao or any sort of left wing that's available. You can coach him into being a top left winger. But like I said, I think for his development, the next 2 years, he should be the understudied Saka. He should play much more minutes. When Saka's tired in later on in games in the 60th minute, 65th minute, 70th minute, give him those minutes. Don't bring him on the 80th, 50th minute.
You know what for me that turns into? And Rin knows, it turns into a Cole Palmer situation. Yep. You get to that age where you're like, I'm good enough to start. Yeah. I know I should have many minutes.
But that's what I just said.
But sometimes it works for both parties. Sometimes it always works. Sometimes that Cole Palmer situation, if he stayed at Chelsea, he's not the Cole Palmer he is now. Foden stays in his spot. De Bruyne stays in his spot. Mahrez, he was playing as a right winger for Chelsea. For Man City. He was playing as right winger for Man City. He wasn't playing as a striker.
There's another example. You mentioned Cole Palmer. What about Phil Foden? Phil Foden never got his minutes early on because KDB and David Silva was there. Gradually.
But that's
now he's now starting.
But then, as you said, that was when David Silva went to Sociedad. That's when he came in, and that was his position. Yeah. Where I'm coming from. It's different when you're Man City and you're winning leagues and this, that, and the system's always, like I said, the system's always been the rotating factor where you're gonna get minutes, but with Arsenal, it's, I don't know.
And also, the age thing is a big factor as well because Ethan's young and Saka's young as well. So how do you balance that out between the team?
So you think he's worth it, but it depends on the playing time. You're basically saying he has to go somewhere else. For him to fulfill his talent and potential.
I would never want him to leave. I would never want him to leave.
So to reach the level that we're expecting right now.
So all of you guys basically agree with the fact he is 100 million talent.
No, he's standing on it. I don't think he's 100 million talent. I'm saying he can work towards it. Okay. I don't think he is now.
I'm with that.
I don't think he is now. No. Lamine Yamal is 100 million pound talent now. Do you know what I mean? As a 17-year-old, he's 100 million pound talent now.
He's more than 100 million. He's worth
Lamine is 250.
No, he's way more. No, bro, he's
400.
Lamine is way more. Lamine is way more. But then it goes back to what I said. That right winger, you've watched La Liga. That right wing at Barcelona wasn't great. There was in financial trouble where they had to more or less force Yamal to play, even though Yamal
was there.
Rafinha was there as a good signing, as a big signing. And on top of that, Lamine Yamal worked his way to that spot because he was having cameos where he was playing well. Same as Ethan can do now.
But it's different. But it's different though because obviously the season Rafinha's having now is absolutely unreal. But the seasons before, like you saw it, bro, they was looking to ship Rafinha, what was it, a year or two ago,
and they bought in bare wingers, Fernand, Torres, they bought him in.
All that stuff they're coming from. And what did they do? Like you said, we know Rafinha. He's always been a right winger. Whether it was at Leeds, whether it was at Rennes, whether it was at whatever. At Barca at the start. Sometimes, like you said, when you see crazy talent come through,
shift them.
Shift. Even if the guy's unreal. And I'm not saying because we've witnessed Bukayo play 8 out of 10s at left wing. It's the fact that he's playing 10 out of 10s at right. But you can't afford to do that if you needed to.
One last thing before we end this, if Ethan is Lamine level talent and you feel like he can be that, would you shift Saka to the left and have Ethan play as the right winger?
Yes.
He basically said he would.
He said he would.
He basically said
because I'm not stunting his growth. I'm not stunting his growth. I'm not stunting his growth.
In conclusion, hold on. In conclusion, you're happy to sacrifice Saka for Ethan?
No, it's not.
I just said, would you shift him to the left?
That is sacrificing.
I'm not sacrificing. I'm not sacrificing as in like this season this season I don't mind what you said in terms of you go into, he comes back, he does that. But then when you start looking at games and you're like, okay, cool, I can't just keep dropping Saka and bringing on Nwaneri to change the game, because one thing it's going to do is it's going to frustrate the manager, it's going to frustrate the fans. Because now you're looking at Saka completely different. Now you're looking at him on the lens going, yeah, he's been shit today. Yo, bring on Nwaneri. I need Nwaneri.
Right
now
now.
that shift the argument of I need Saka to be good, but then also I'm kind of not saying hating, but I'm kind of looking at him going, yeah, if he makes mistakes, I already know I have someone that I can trust.
I hear you.
And that changed everything. So even like I said, my first thing was if you can put Nwaneri on the left and see how it works, coach him into that left, or as you said, coach him into that right 10, and maybe have Odegaard play the left 10. But then you got to change your system and play.
Is he going to do that though?
I don't know.
Let's see.
That's the question.